If you're a business owner and you're not posting content weekly on multiple platforms, let me tell you, you're already behind. The competition are already doing it, and I'm not talking about Google and SEO. The game has changed. Let me show you why, and I have a ready-made solution for you. Now imagine I'm looking for a landscaper in my neighborhood, in my locality. You'll see that things have drastically changed. We no longer have websites listed, but what we have is AI overview. And what you'll see when you click on these is that it's pulled information from a whole host of different websites. And these are what we call snippets, little excerpts from the website that the algorithm feel. But the point here is that it's not listing any one website. It's pulling snippets or parts from a whole host of them. As I go down, I'll see that it's all Reddit forums, or it might be more local chat forums that it's pulling information for ranking. And then finally, we come down here and we're going to see your traditional web pages that are getting ranked based on the keywords or traditional SEO. What all this here is referred to now, as opposed to SEO, it's GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. Now, what we need to know as business owners is how are we going to get ourselves into those AI reviews? If I look at something like Perplexity, which is a fantastic search engine, if you haven't used it before, I highly recommend it. You can use the free version. But let's look for the same search, and we're seeing that it's pulling 10 different sources, and it's giving me, again, snippets, little chunks of information from various sources. Could be from the website, could be from Reddit, could be from YouTube. It's pulling it from a whole host of different locations. Now, us as business owners, we need to get ourselves up there. We need to get on those rankings to get optimized for AI search. So we've seen firsthand how ranking at the top of a Google search has changed. And we as business owners, we need to adapt. We need to make sure that any content that we produce from now on, and don't worry, I'll give you the exact structure, I'll give you the exact workflow that I use that's 100% optimized. But we need just to keep in mind that it needs to be optimized so that it's easily searchable by these AI search engines. And then how does it rank us? It's going to rank us based on our experience. It's going to rank us based on our expertise, our authoritativeness, and our trustworthiness. From my experience, the best thing to do is to make a YouTube channel where you can share your deep expertise, your deep knowledge, and as you'll see in the example and the workflow I'll give you, we take that one piece of in-depth knowledge that you have, that you've made in a YouTube video, and we repurpose it across various platforms. And it's literally the only hard part in it is making the YouTube video. The rest is automated. I'm going to start here with a practical example of how I use one piece of content, my main detailed piece of content, which is in my case a YouTube video, and I repurpose that in my voice across various platforms. Because we all know as business owners, when you see generic crap that's produced by AI and you're reading it, that person or that company loses all credibility. Really, for me personally, I've seen it so many times and I don't want to be that person. So what I do is I repurpose my own words based on the platform. Okay, so they're still my thoughts, they're still my words, but they're just formatted in the correct manner for that social media platform. So what I'll do, I record and edit all my videos with the script. You definitely should invest in this tool. It saves you hours and it will make you very close to being a one-man band, basically, that you can do everything yourself. I still send it to the editor to get it cleaned up, but most of the editing I do in here in the script. So this is the script for one of my videos. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this automation that I've built. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to paste in the script. So these are my words. These are exactly what I've said in the video. And I just want AI to use that. Just going to label it here for the editor. I'm going to put today's date because it takes a good 3 or 4 minutes for the automation to work. And don't worry, afterwards, I'm going to give you the JSON. You can download it. You can start using it. Of course, you can start using this if you want to make things like blog posts. But I really find if you want to really push your business show off all that deep knowledge that you have and start making a YouTube channel. What I'm also going to do here is, this is a cool feature with Descript as well. I'm going to take the transcript. I'm going to export. So this has all the timestamps for me, because the automation will also take your timestamps and make it for your YouTube output. And now let's see what this has given me. And for what platforms. And now 2.5 minutes has elapsed, and let's see the output that we got. So we see here video 8 Danny, and in my output I have video 8 Danny, but it's completely transformed. These are still my words, but we have here a post that we would use in our blog, and this is formatted in such a way that's easy to read by the AI search engines, and it's using my words. That's the key here. We can't just pick random stuff from the internet, put it into ChatGPT and upload it as our own. It's just going to damage your brand. Okay, so these are all words and all points that I discussed in the video. Then if we come on here next, this is a LinkedIn post. I'm going to show you exactly how I prompt to get this output, but I use Perplexity, sorry. And again, these are all my words. 5 X posts based on what I was discussing, in the video. Then we've got a Reddit post. It makes my thumbnail descriptions for the graphic designer. So it takes the information in the video. I've prompted it to use certain formulas for the thumbnails. Then what we have here is we have the description for the YouTube video. This is keyword optimized, and all we have to do is copy and paste that into the description. Finally, the thumbnails also to put in the description for the YouTube channel. Then what I'll do now is I'll read through these, I'll tweak them, I'll edit them ever so slightly. Most of the time they're fine, but always my recommendation is have a human in the loop. Just sounds more real. You don't want to be putting silly stuff up online. And then essentially the guy who does my thumbnails, he will repost all of these to my social media platforms. And most importantly, they're all my words. So let's have a look at how this works exactly in the back. Now, you can take the JSON and you're going to import it from file. It's in the video description, and you'll get something like this. The first thing you need to do is you need to go and make a Google connection. Very straightforward. I'm already signed in. And then follow the steps with the video transcript, the Google Docs. Give it these headings: video ID, date, transcription, timestamps, and status. Just do that in that order is going to be the easiest. And now for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to go video 10, repurposer, and let's put today's date, because this is a video that I'm going to have to upload later, and I've made the majority of the video already. This is just a quick demonstration of how to do it again. Today's date is 28th. Let's drop in my transcript. I'm not going to put in the timestamps for now. It's not finished, but just so we have something to play around with. And the first thing you're going to do when you have all this set up is pin this. We'll see we have 5 items. I've already made a filter here so that we don't end up reprocessing the same things again. 1 item has been kept. I'm going to pin that. Come into this next part here. This here is where we have to have everything in green. If anything's in red, it means there's an error. So the transcript, go to table, transcript, bring this across, drop it in there. Video ID, bring it across, drop it in there. And then this timestamps string, mine is empty. It's going to give me an error, but I can't fill that in until I finish this video and put it in for you guys. But you get the idea. And then, so the status is empty. That's good. Just to make things easier, pin that. Now, when we come to this section here, click on this module and set up your API keys. Claude is what we're using here because it's the best for writing. And you can use 4, 3.7. It's not a very complicated task. So API keys need to be set up for each of these Anthropic chat modules. And when we go in here to each one of these, you'll see, I'm going to execute the wait step. When you go in here, you'll see transcript I have in green. When you import it, it's not going to be in green. Take your transcript from here and drop it down here. You need to update the transcript as well in this. These are all going to be given to you when you import the JSON. That looks good. Same here. Go all the way through and fill in the transcript. I just like to click on that one there that I just clicked on, merge, and it's going to cause all of them to run through at the same time. So I'm going to pause the video. When they're done, I'll come back. And we are back. Very important. When you're doing these workflows, what I like to do is I like to select them like this and press P. And that way you'll see that it pins all the information, all the data. Because otherwise it can be a nightmare when they're long workflows like this that they start from the start again basically. Now there's something happening here. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so it's giving me an output anyway. That's the main thing. Good to troubleshoot these things in real time. Yeah, so it's giving me the output. It may be something to do with the tokens. Yeah, all good. Now when we go into the merge, it's going to go, we have 6 outputs is what we're looking for here, because as you see, we have 6 nodes. There, that's perfect. Open up here. All you're going to do, this should be pre-filled for you anyway. Grab the output, drop it in here. And now, this part here is where we're going to go ahead and perhaps you made a different output, different layout in your outputs sheet. It makes no difference. All you need to do here is match the output to the column. Now, when I hit execute step, this should go from red to green. Oh yes, because this is from a previous, take it from the fields, drop it in here, and there we go. Perfect. And then the final step is basically we need to update our original sheet. I'll go back and I'll show you how we get it to say processed here, because if we don't get it to update here, all that's going to happen is we're going to keep sending the same information through the workflow each time, and it's going to become heavier and heavier, and you're going to have massive wastage essentially. And there you go. Very important, before we put this working, now I already had saved, you probably won't. The agents sometimes can be difficult to unpin. I like to go them one at a time. Unpin all these, unpin here, and unpin there. Make sure to hit save. I will then go to my outputs. I'll scroll down. I'm down here at Video 10 Repurposer. And what I like to do is I like to read through everything to make sure that there are words and things that I would genuinely say. Change anything around that needs to be changed. So I'm just going to pause the video while I go through this. And so I've read through all those. I'm really happy with the output, made some tweaks, and that's it. Business owners, don't get left behind with the AI wave. Start optimizing for geo. SEO has changed so much. You really need to be making one piece of good content a week, repurpose it so that you can avail of those snippets, start ranking in these AI search engines. If you can manage to do that, you'll get so far ahead of the competition. If you're a business owner and you appreciate the need for AI consulting, follow the link below and let's chat.